Hey guys, hey, I just kind of wanted to do a little shorter video today on, really kind of like gossip and its correlation with the three types of anger emotion. Okay, so I kind of just want to start by basically saying that there are two types of gossip. Okay, we have positive and negative gossip, which of course, everybody knows. The positive gossip is very, it's not bad. It's uplifting. It's genuine. There's no ulterior motives. There's no bashing. There's, nothing hateful or anything like that. It's genuine, adoration, genuine compliments, things of that nature. The negative gossip, which, obviously is bad, it's the bringing down of others. Okay, it's, you're taking them and you're painting them in this terrible light to make yourself feel better. You like to stir up drama and chaos, and, it's nothing pleasant, or if it is something pleasant, it's going to be immediately shot down by something negative, so it's never going to be like a genuine compliment or anything like that. So a couple of the reasons for this too, that I kind of want to get into real quick, gossip, I do just want to say this though, gossip is not necessarily bad, okay, because gossip, when you think about it, it's a form of human bonding and communication. Okay, we're expressing, sentiments, ways that we feel, so on and so forth. But, with that being said, a couple of the reasons, why a lot of people do this, you know, it's a plethora. Okay, it's not just one or two. But first and foremost, I can't stress this enough. If you meet someone and you've noticed right off the bat that they proceed to talk bad and gossip about everybody, you can most certainly believe that they will do the same to you. Okay, so without further ado, a couple of the reasons for this, obviously, insecurity is a big one. A lot of people that tend to gossip are very, very insecure. They are very ignorant to the fact that when they talk bad about people and they're bringing other people down, it actually makes them look bad, but they're very ignorant to this. Okay, they're going to do something called displacement, the projection of blame, that sort of thing, where they bring people down. Okay, but it in this really distorted sense that it will bring themselves up. Okay, and that's really terrible. It's really, really shitty. A lot of that is low self-esteem. They need that validation through others. Narcissists too, ladies. Uh, they tend to have a lot of external focuses, on looks, things like that, like the physicality, the superficiality, things like that. They get very angered by the fact that, if they want what somebody else has, okay, they will take, whatever situation, whatever person that it is, and they will instantly devalue that person. Okay, paint them in this terrible light. Okay, they covet what somebody else has. And this right here, this is actually a classic example too of the distinction between jealousy and envy. A lot of times too, not to be confused, so I do just kind of want to clarify. Jealousy, well, I'm going to start with envy first. Okay, envy is what someone covets what somebody else has. Okay, like when we want something that somebody else has, whether it be like a diamond ring, or their nice car, or somebody's man, or somebody's woman, or something like that. Okay, well, jealousy is what you have when you have a fear that something will be taken from you, such as maybe your husband, wife, your time, things like that. A lot of times, another reason too is that people, when they gossip negatively, they will take this and it's kind of like the birds of the feather flock together. Okay, they kind of band in groups. Okay, and so they'll kind of click with other people that bring other people down. And that's really shitty. And a lot of that too, also, I kind of think factors into the addiction to negative feelings. Okay, and by that I mean, criticism, early childhood trauma, attachment theory bonds, whether, it's an insecure attachment or avoidant attachment. Obviously, it's not a secure attachment. A lot of times it can be another reason, lack of intelligence, sheer boredom, the Napoleon complex, where they feel that they have to compensate for some shortcoming or something that they are deficient in, an inferiority complex kind of thing. They can't accept the person as they are, so they try to destroy them. They get very, very pissed when they are exposed through their gossip, okay, and they have a severely distorted image, okay, of themselves. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in to the three kinds of negative, or the three kinds of anger emotions. Okay, and I'm going to start with the worst, going to the best. Okay, we have our emotions first, feeling second. Okay, first and foremost. So like I said, worst to best first. We're going to go with aggressive anger. Okay, aggressive anger, we tend to look at this as, rage, aggressive anger emotion. This is, your rage, your wrath. It can be something physical. Maybe they're punching you, slapping you, anything like that. Domestic violence is another common one. People that like to get into fights, things like that. They can also be emotional. Physical abuse, psychological abuse, anything of that nature. It's basically the concept that they choose for others. Okay. So it's very self-enhancing. It's very boom, direct, and in your face. It's a win-lose situation, but it's always going to be win for them. Okay, and that right there, it's their need for superiority. Okay, and it's very, very controlling. And there might be a time where guilt, might factor in there, but maybe, but it's not as often as you would think. Okay, others view them as vengeful. Hateful, they're, sorry, it's my cat, they're hurtful, they are, distrustful, things like that. They achieve their goals at others' expense. Okay, so they put people down. And when they do that, the mentality here is I can put people down in order to protect myself. Okay, number 2, passive aggressive. Okay, this is where others choose for them. Okay, they tend to be emotionally dishonest, indirect. It's like the win-lose situation in which they lose. They often feel very anxious, ignored, manipulated. They tend to be mad at others, like there's some type of shortcoming or, something of that nature. They use manipulation and they evoke, okay, and they try to elicit guilt. And, things like that through, the manipulation through others. So it's it's indirect, where it's kind of like where they would tell everybody else what the issue is, but the source. Okay, it's like somebody, i.e. gossiping, talking shit. Okay, saying, oh, hey, well, this girl is this girl is this, only they never say it to the girl. Okay, and that's really fucked up. Okay, but it's basically, their kind of need to feel a little more superior, but others see them, as, kind of shaky. They don't know where they stand. They're very confused, and it's things that they're doing. It's disrespectful, but more importantly, it's the lack of respect, not to be confused with being disrespectful, okay, because there's a huge difference. Okay, ultimately, the outcome is that, they tend to feel that others have achieved their goals through their expense. So they feel wronged. They feel, just, kind of like blindsided, sideswiped, like, oh, that should have been mine, kind of thing. But in actuality, things don't work out that way all the time. Okay, so the last one is assertive anger. This is the most healthy. This is where, it's a lot of your I feel statements. Okay, I feel, angry at you because you were talking bad about me and it made me feel sad, or something like that. But what happens here, this is the most healthy because you're choosing for yourself. You're an honest person. You are straightforward. You are direct about what it is that is causing you these feelings and why you feel a specific way, and you confront this head on instead of letting this anger, or whatever this emotion is, fester. Okay, others see you as respectful. You're trustful, you're trustworthy. They know where they stand with you. Okay, and ultimately, this is kind of the aim, this is where you want to be. Basically, the outcome is determined by negotiations. Okay, basically saying that, you respect others' rights. I respect my own rights, and I respect the rights of others, but I don't respect the behavior. Okay, so ultimately, really it's kind of like that. So the need for gossip, I mean, obviously there's a correlation, with any type of, the angry emotions. It really just depends on the gossiper, I guess, in general. But I do kind of want to end with a closing quote tonight. Ralph Waldo Emerson actually had a quote, and he said, for every 1 minute of anger, keep in mind that you give up 60 seconds of peace of mind. So I always just really like that, and I just think that was something that should have been explored, just kind of a little bit further. But that's kind of where I wanted to go with this tonight, guys. And so like I said, if you have any other questions, please don't feel free to hesitate, and join me tomorrow. We'll have another great discussion then. Okay, till next time, guys. Bye.